Hey all, 118 Set Shadow here. Yesterday was pretty hectic for me, so I wasn't able to get around to my market watch on my usual time. But today, let's go ahead and get started with what we've got. Set 2, Divinez Illusionless Strife got released over the weekend, so we're going to go over a few cards there, as well as some other movements that we've been seeing on the market. I'd say one of the bigger things to see is the price increase and decrease of listings that we saw on Corner Citrus for Seraph Purelight support. So this card over the weekend had very few listings overall and was typically priced between $5 to $8 for its triple rare, and the triple rare is now at a base price of $13 with a market price of $10.45. 10 listings overall on it. The silver rare of this one is now at a $20 base price with a market price of $15, and the FFR is currently available at almost $55, which is also higher than its market price of $51.69. The card itself is very strong for Seraph Purelight, giving it the capability of 4 attacks in one turn for a suitable cost as compared to before. And the fact that Seraph Purelight provides 2 crit makes it so that you would do 4 attacks with 2 crit threatening, which could be very lethal for an opponent. In any case, this is definitely a card to watch for, and Seraph Purelight definitely gets a lot stronger with this one. While it's only a common, I do want to point out Drag Resonance. It was interesting to see, even from today, that there are only 19 listings available for this card. But it isn't too expensive, thankfully. 32 cents to start off with, and listing-wise, it's been selling for 30 cents pretty consistently, which is typical of a common, and there are a good amount of copies available at this point. I'm just surprised to see that it's already at 19 listings, even though it's a common. You would expect that there would be tons more of these on the market at this point. So I just watch it. The FR of Rewrite the Star Virgila, which this is a campaign support that was added to the set along with the quintessential quintuplets. The FR for this one, even though this is typically a rare, it's $13 to pick this up base right now, and it only has 6 listings at this point. It's been selling for $15 and higher, though, and when it comes to availability, it is interesting to see. It's been selling from today for $15 plus, but copies that are available right now tend to be closer to $13, even amongst... There's only one that's above $15 right now in terms of its base listing, so interesting to see that the others were selling as high as they were. Impending Karma, which is one of Zorga's stronger support cards right now, is really cheap to pick up at $1.50 right now for its triple rare. And then there are 5 listings left on the silver rare, starting from a $7 price point, and the FFR is currently $32.50 for its base price right now. This is effectively a shoe-in for Zorga at this point. It requires no counterblast whatsoever for its skills, and then just needs some energy. And otherwise, it's 2 crit similar to Roaming Prison Dragon, so it's quite threatening to deal with, and it's kind of surprising to see how cheap it is. Now, moving into some other cards, the next thing I want to cover is Drag Ritter Halbay, where this card has 3 different printings available, including an FFR that comes out of the Triple Drive booster. At this point, pricing-wise, it's about $18 for its lowest rarity, which is technically its promo. $20 for its reprint from Festival 2023, and the base listings right now on the FFR are currently $100. Now, Overlord hasn't been getting any really direct support recently, but Drag Resonance, for instance, is a card that can fit into the deck, so you might see Overlord just get a pop in here and there for some tournaments. Knight of Inheritance Emmeline, which is a blaster support card, is definitely one to watch out for, though, as we still don't have any announcement for Blaster Blade the Vanguard, which is in Japan now, but at some point we should get that, and if we do, it's very likely that this card will see a shoot up in value. At this point, pricing wise, we're looking at $6-7 for its base rarities between the triple drive booster and the promo version. The festival booster versions are, or rather the festival booster version is currently $15 base, which is significantly lower than its market price of about $26.50. And the FFR from triple drive is currently at $55 right now to pick up, which yeah. And then another card to talk about is Holy Angel of Blessings Celestial, which also comes out at Festival 2023. This one has been decreasing in listings and the pricing has gone up on this card recently. Lowest price now is $12.22 to pick up and the market price is now $9.58. The card has been selling from mid-June for about $9 to $10, and available listings mostly sit around $10. Then you have to consider shipping, and then it eventually just works its way on upward. Since we don't have any reprints announced right now for any of the festival booster dress-ups, the more players want to go back and play these, the more they'll find that it'll get harder to pick these up, because 2023's festival booster was a pretty hard set to find and crack open. The promo for Chaos Misdeeds Dragon has really dropped off in price for its current copies. It's under $10 to pick up for the regular promo, and it's currently a base of $20 for the foil version of it at this point. 8 listings there as well, but in general, a lot of the July promos have been dropping off, especially now that we're in July with the reprint of the promo packs. So ultimately, I think it's really just Imgrar that's maintaining its value, if not still just kind of going back up every time. But yeah, otherwise, most of the other promos have just been dropping off quite a lot. Tomorrow or tonight, tomorrow is going to be the announcement of the final set of support for Divinez's first Lyrical set, which is going to feature prisms. Now, I mentioned before how the prisms that we have right now from Trick or Trick are all really tied into Labrador, but it's still good to consider these cards for value as we go along, because there's the possibility that Vert may not even be a Vanguard skill. It could be like Angelica, as was pointed out to me before, how it was the original break ride we got. It could end up becoming a support rearguard instead, but we'll see what happens. In any case, when it comes to pricing of the base rarities right now, Celtic has been going up, and so has Late, which I had predicted beforehand. And Celtic is now a base of $3, while Late is a base of $5 for their double Rs. Labrador has 15 listings right now, so there's still a good amount of them, but I'd be careful of that one. $7.22 is currently the base price, and the market price is currently $5.16 on this one. The FRs of Celtic and Late are not too expensive right now. $6 for Celtic and about $12 for Late, which are both just under their market prices at this point. The MSP of Celtic is now out of stock, with the market price being at $309. The MSP of Late has 4 listings starting from $360, and the MSP of Labrador is currently $750. Nectar of Sensationalism. Now that Zorga's Taboo form has come out, we've been seeing a good spike on a bunch of different orders that could get played with the deck. Before, I had talked about a different one from set 2, and now we're going back to Nectar of Sensationalism, which is a rare. The rare is currently sitting at a base of $4 with a market price of $316 and 9 listings. And the holo foil is currently at $749 for its base listing, and then 8 listings overall for that one. And if we take a look at the base listings that we've got, it's basically 4 and a little bit higher across the board for the lowest listings on the rare, and $750 across the board for the lowest listings on that foil. With Blackmire also released, I wanted to relook at Crimson Igspeller. where this card got a massive hype boost back when Bladmeyer first got announced through the anime, and now the card is significantly cheaper than it was before. It's as low as $1 to pick up, and the SP is currently sitting at $7.95 for its base listing. So, not too expensive to pick up, and definitely a good tech option to consider if you're planning to play Bladmeyer. The Faded Clash Divine ones are really down in value, especially some of the bigger ones like Vanguard Dragris, which right now it's got 30 listings on the market with an $8 low and a market price of about $9.30. The market price overall has only been dropping since the set initially released, and again, since we have the second printing coming, that's another thing to consider as to how much lower that this price can get as we go. Consolidation of the card's pricing is more around $11.50, so still somewhat higher than what the low price is, but yeah, it's still a fair price. And otherwise, we got Faded One of Miracles Reziel, which is also $8 to start off with, and also dropping heavily on its market price since the release. Market price is currently $9.60. This one has been selling in the $9 range and consolidates at... Actually, there's no consolidation on the first page. We've got, $8 all the way to $11 for the first page here, and they're mostly just 1 or 2 copies for each listing. And the last card I want to talk about today is Topaz. This had been getting skyrocketing prices over the last few months, but it seems that hype has been dying down, and now the market price has dropped to about $24, while base listings have found their way to one as low as $15. Actually, there are a few around $15 right now, and even consolidated at that point. So the hype on Topaz has really just fallen, and the card itself, while it's still strong, I guess we're just not seeing as much desire to play it, or everyone already picked up all their copies at this point. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.